My beloved, do not ignore the sound that is reaching your spirit right now. Your heart is trembling because heaven itself is whispering in your soul. Imagine this: Archangel Michael stands before you holding a scroll sealed with fire, his eyes fierce yet tender, saying, "I order you to open this urgently. My child, this message is not for anyone else. It is for you alone." Right now, behind invisible doors, a council is meeting. Your name has been spoken. Plans are being drawn to remove what was meant to be yours. Yet Michael is there, a sentinel in the unseen, standing guard over your destiny. He pleads, listen, for once the time passes, their decision may seem final. But God has marked you long before they even thought to plot. My beloved, feel this deeply: your destiny cannot be erased by human schemes. Yet the enemy is clever, whispers, lies, traps, they are all being set against you. But Michael says, do not be afraid, yet do not delay. Your obedience now turns their plot into a stepping stone. What they meant to use for your fall will lift you higher than ever before. And remember, my child, every time you receive these words, subscribe your soul to them. Each message carries keys to doors that open only once. To skip is to risk missing treasures meant to last lifetimes. Picture this: a shadowy room, whispers echoing, papers exchanged, plans drafted, all aimed at your removal. They think you are unprotected. They think you don't know. But in the unseen realm, Archangel Michael is slicing through their lies. He is shouting across the heavens, no one takes what God has planted. Feel the weight of this urgency in your chest. It is not fear, it is awakening. Every second you spend here aligns you with protection, revelation, and strength. Do not doubt. The same God who parted seas, who silenced lions, is here now with you. 2 hours, beloved, and the curtain lifts. Faces you thought you knew will be revealed. Some will shock you. They smiled while speaking against you. Others will surprise you. They prayed silently while the world overlooked them. Michael says, stay awake, child. Every word here is your shield. Every sentence is a weapon against what was meant to harm you. What they planned for your removal will become your promotion. Do not rush, do not skim. Each word is a key, each phrase a lock about to open. Time may seem ordinary, but in heaven's language 2 hours can turn the tide of your life. God's countdown is not a warning, it is a holy signal. Behind every secret meeting, every whispered plot, your name is echoing through heaven's chambers. Shadows plan, but light prevails. Hear this, my beloved, in rooms you cannot see, your name is being spoken. Some speak with love, others with envy and fear. Your rise exposes weaknesses, your light shows shadows. Yet Michael declares, the child of God cannot be removed by human schemes. You are being shown that destiny is never meant for destruction but for expansion. God never allows the enemy to form a weapon without placing a shield of divine fire around you. I see you, my child, at a crossroads, unsure of which way to turn. The weight of opposition may feel unbearable, but it is not defeat, it is tension before breakthrough. Like an arrow drawn taut, the more the pull, the farther it will fly. That is your life right now. The more they try to hold you back, the farther God will launch you. Michael's sword gleams, saying, stand still, beloved. Their lies will collapse, truth will rise like the dawn. Listen closely, this countdown is for you, not against you. 2 hours left does not mean danger, it means urgency. Signals are being sent, align now. Things you thought were against you will align with your favor. Meetings meant to erase you will turn into your testimony. Papers meant for harm will become evidence of your rise. And the one who carried the heaviest plot against you, their identity is about to be revealed. Michael whispers, do not fear exposure. Exposure is deliverance, God's hand brings everything into light. My dear child, remember you were never ordinary. That is why the enemy fights. Ordinary souls are ignored, chosen souls are targeted. If no one plotted against you, it would be proof you carry nothing extraordinary. But you do. You are chosen, you are marked, you are powerful beyond what you can see. And the plans of men cannot undo what God has decreed. The enemy's whispers, their shadows, their secret gatherings, they are all fuel for your rise. What was meant to destroy you will now elevate you beyond what you imagined. Michael stands vigilant and heaven itself moves at your name. Open your ears, open your heart, align your spirit. 2 hours and the unseen will shift in your favor. Your rise will be undeniable, your destiny cannot be stolen. What they plotted in darkness will illuminate your path in brilliance. Stay beloved, receive these words. Every heartbeat you feel is heaven confirming you are protected, you are powerful, and you are unstoppable. God says, your time is now. Archangel Michael says, stand firm for the hour of your promotion is here. And when you step forward you will see that what was meant to harm you has become the very platform for your victory. But your name shakes atmospheres and your destiny irritates darkness. Beloved, take a deep breath and feel the stirring in your chest. That is not anxiety, it is the wind of heaven moving in your favor. 2 hours remain and what seems ordinary is about to turn extraordinary. Archangel Michael is standing guard, his eyes scanning every corner of the unseen, his sword humming with divine authority ready to intercept every plan formed against you. Michael says, open yourself now for the moment is ripe. What they plotted for harm will become the foundation of your rise. You must understand, child, this is not exaggeration. Somewhere right now your name is echoing in hidden rooms. Some speak it with envy, some with malice, but heaven turns every word into an instrument for your promotion. The weight in your chest, the rapid beat of your heart, it is the resonance of destiny awakening. Do not underestimate this time. 2 hours may feel brief, yet in the language of heaven it is the span in which chains are broken, lies are exposed, and justice is served. Imagine the air around those plotting against you cracking like glass under invisible pressure. Papers scatter, alliances crumble, whispers turn to confessions, all orchestrated by hands that cannot fail. Michael's wings spread wide not as a spectacle but as a shield. He cuts through every hidden scheme declaring, the child of God cannot be removed. Untouchable, unstoppable. Beloved, can you feel it? That pulse, that urgency, that undeniable nudge pulling you deeper into this revelation. It is not coincidence. You are here at this exact moment because heaven knew you would not turn away. Picture this in a sealed room, enemies lean forward confident in their plans. They think the hour is theirs. Yet unseen Michael moves faster than any strategy, scattering their confidence, exposing deceit. That sudden confession from an unexpected ally, that abrupt silence in the room, that truth finally spoken, these are not accidents. They are heaven's choreography, and you, child, are the lead in this divine drama. Michael says, "Stay awake, witness, but do not fear." What they intended to erase will instead be multiplied in your hands. Your destiny is too great for them to grasp, too sacred to tamper with. And that is why they plotted, not because you are weak but because your strength terrifies them. Child, do you feel the tremor of revelation in your spirit? That shaking is God preparing the stage. Every moment you hesitate risks missing the orchestration of heaven. Imagine an arrow pulled back in tension. The tighter the pull, the farther it will fly. That is your life right now. The opposition you sense, the hidden plotting, the feeling of being cornered, this is the tension before your launch. Michael says, "Stand firm, beloved, for this is the hour their lies collapse and truth rises like the sun-breaking night." Every whisper against you is already dismantled. Every plan of darkness has been rewritten into your favor. Beloved, the urgency is alive because what they sought to hide in shadows is being dragged into light. The revelation will shock some, inspire others, and finally vindicate your silent faith. 2 hours left, and each second is a hammer striking against the walls that once contained you. Do not skip. Do not scroll. Every word here is a key, every phrase a shield. Heaven is wrapping you in protection, not in theory, but in tangible spiritual armor. The enemy hopes to instill fear, but fear has no place here. You are covered, you are marked, and every plot against you is powerless before God's decree. Can you feel the shift already? Conversations you thought were mundane will suddenly reveal hidden truths. Meetings meant to suppress your voice will pivot and amplify it. Someone you least expect will stand up for you. Someone who sought your downfall will unintentionally become your witness. These are signs, child, that heaven is 3 steps ahead and nothing they plan can outmaneuver the divine. Michael whispers, do not misinterpret delay as defeat. 2 hours may seem brief, but it is enough to overturn years of hidden schemes. Your enemies operate in shadows, but shadows vanish in the presence of divine light. Child of light, remember this, you were never ordinary. You were destined for significance, which is why plots formed against you. Ordinary souls are overlooked, chosen ones are targeted. And yet, even as they conspire, heaven moves faster. Your destiny was written before the foundations of the earth, stamped by God, sealed by angelic decree. Nothing man or woman does can remove what has been divinely set. Michael says, stand still and watch, beloved. What they plotted for harm is transforming into your testimony. What they thought would bury you is becoming your platform. Beloved, the pressure you feel, the stirring in your chest, the anticipation that tingles in your bones, this is life in the threshold of miracle. 2 hours left, and in those hours everything aligns. The meeting they intended for destruction will unveil blessing. The people meant to oppose will reveal truth. The words spoken in secret will serve as confirmation of your purpose. Your rise is imminent, unstoppable, divinely protected. And when the clock reaches its mark you will understand why heaven insisted you read every line, why your heart could not turn away, why Michael's sword hovered ready to defend what is yours. Now child, lean into this truth. Do not allow fear or doubt to dilute what is happening. 2 hours left is not a countdown of loss, it is the timing of revelation. Your name, your story, your destiny are vibrating in heaven's courts, shaking the foundations of hidden schemes. Prepare to witness the unveiling, the exposure, the reversal. What was meant to remove you will instead crown you. What was intended to erase your influence will elevate you to heights even angels marvel at. Stay alert, stay receptive, and receive every word as fuel for your lamp, for the dawn of your promotion is about to break, sudden, unstoppable and divinely orchestrated. Beloved, as these words reach your spirit, feel the stirring of destiny pressing against the walls of your chest. 2 hours is all that separates you from the unveiling of what has been written before you were born. And Michael's sword drawn is not waiting silently, he is moving, striking, guarding, positioning every unseen force on your behalf. The enemy believes their whispers can reach you in secrecy, but heaven has opened your eyes to see what was hidden. Every plan, every paper, every plot designed to diminish you is being unraveled even as you read. This is your divine advantage. Pause, beloved, and visualize the moment. The room of plotting is filled with faces you thought were allies, their words drip with envy, their smiles disguise intent. Yet what they plot in darkness, God is exposing in light. Michael stands tall, wings wide, shadowing your name with protection, cutting through false alliances before they can touch you. The ones who aim to erase you are about to become witnesses of your promotion. And my child, do not underestimate this hour. Every shiver running through your spirit is a signal, a nudge from heaven reminding you that you are alive in this moment for a reason. Can you feel it, beloved? That pounding in your chest is not fear, it is revelation. 2 hours in your human perception may seem fleeting, but in the language of heaven it is the exact window when the tide turns. The papers they signed, the plans they whispered, the alliances they built, all of it is being reversed before their eyes. Someone who once hid their favor toward you will rise with boldness. Someone who tried to silence you will inadvertently declare your greatness. And as the clock ticks, every plot meant to steal, every word meant to harm is bending to serve your elevation. Beloved child, do not shrink back when the sudden exposure arrives. You will see faces twisted with shock, voices trembling with truth they never expected to confess. This is not punishment, it is correction. Michael whispers, stand firm, for the hour of revelation is at hand. The deceit will collapse, the truth will rise, and your path will be clear. Imagine the relief when the very people who sought to harm you are now forced to witness your unshakable position. Unable to undo the decree of God over your life. You will walk into your next moments not with fear, but with confidence, radiating light that even darkness cannot comprehend. Beloved, understand this: every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of hidden prayer has been your armor. The enemy counted them as loss, but heaven transformed them into your shield. Each unspoken word of defense, Each silent endurance has been recorded by angels and is now returning as favor. Michael says, "The child of God does not stumble at the hour of trial." You have been trained for this by every obstacle placed before you. 2 hours from now, when the unseen becomes visible, you will see that your patience was a preparation, your silence a strategy, and your endurance the proof of your calling. My dear one, picture the moment of revelation. Someone will speak in your favor without knowing they are declaring your victory. Someone will unintentionally expose what was hidden in shadows. And the tables meant to erase your influence will now display your elevation. Do you see the beauty of heaven's timing? Even as humans scheme, angels orchestrate. Even as voices murmur plots, God aligns people, places, and circumstances to turn every attack into advancement. You are standing at the exact pivot point where the tide shifts. Beloved, feel the weight of this truth. You were never ordinary. That is why even now your name causes murmurs, your rise evokes envy, your presence disrupts the expected. Ordinary people are unnoticed, chosen ones are discussed. And the very pressure you feel, the restless energy in your spirit, the sudden tension tightening around your chest is not punishment. It is acceleration. The arrow is pulled back ready to release with unstoppable force. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, do not be shaken by what you hear. The release is coming and it carries your name in glory. Child of light, 2 hours is all that remains for the final alignment. As the minutes pass, every whisper against you is exposed, every falsehood dismantled, every mask dropped. Those who plotted in darkness will not touch you, for the sword of heaven is already between you and every human hand trying to rewrite your destiny. And when it happens, the shift will feel immediate, undeniable, overwhelming in its power. You will stand not in fear but in the radiant knowledge that God Himself has moved. Beloved, lean closer. Every plot, every plan, every whispered word of opposition is turning into your testimony. The enemy tried to script an ending for you, but God is rewriting it in bold, unstoppable strokes. You are about to witness miracles manifest in ways too sudden for human comprehension, yet perfect in divine orchestration. And as Michael stands vigilant, as heaven moves unseen, you will realize that the 2 hours were never about countdown, they were about awakening your spirit to the power, protection and promotion already in motion. Remember, child of destiny, when the moment comes you will see it all. Those who planned against you will be exposed, yet your hands will remain clean. Your heart will remain unshaken, your faith intact. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, the ones who whispered against you will watch their own schemes unravel, and you will rise untouched, unstoppable, carrying the proof that God fights for the chosen." This is your hour. This is your elevation. Your story will now inspire those who thought darkness had the final word, showing them that God's timing is perfect, His protection unwavering and His children undefeatable. Beloved, feel the intensity rising in your spirit, because the unseen world is aligning for you. Every whisper against you, every plotting tongue is being dismantled before it can touch your destiny. Michael stands firm, wings wide, sword gleaming, declaring, "No plan of man can override the decree of God." This child is untouchable. And you, my beloved, are not merely observing, you are the epicenter of a movement only heaven could orchestrate. 2 hours remain, and with each passing minute, doors you thought were forever closed begin to tremble. What was meant to suppress you will now serve as your testimony. Every hand lifted against you becomes the instrument of your elevation. Do you feel the trembling in your chest, child? That is not fear, it is recognition. Recognition that the heavens themselves are shifting realities on your behalf. Behind the shadows, those plotting against you see only what is visible, but you, chosen one, have the eyes of the Spirit. You sense the movement of angels, the strategy of heaven, the fire that will consume every lie. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, do not stagger in panic. Stand firm. This hour is your unveiling. What was hidden will now shine. And it will shine so bright that those who sought to diminish you will be forced to witness the glory they tried to suppress." Beloved, imagine a scale. On one side the whispers of men, on the other the voice of God. The enemy's words are heavy, sharp, and persistent. Yet even the smallest word of heaven outweighs them all. In this moment Michael releases an unseen wind that scatters the enemy's counsel like leaves in a storm. Every alliance meant to work against you collapses before your eyes. You will see confirmations that cannot be ignored, proofs that cannot be rationalized away. Someone will speak unexpectedly, someone will act boldly. And the very strategy intended to steal from you will rebound into your hands. My beloved, the next moments are pivotal. 2 hours remain and heaven's timeline is precise. The tension you feel is the pressure of destiny preparing to explode. Do not misread it as doubt or despair. It is not. It is the weight of miracles pressing against ordinary time. Archangel Michael says, "This is the pivot, beloved. Stand still, watch closely. Do not move before the signal of heaven. And you must listen because these instructions are shields. Skipping, closing your eyes, or doubting will leave you vulnerable to the very traps heaven has warned you about. Beloved child, I see your heart racing as you read this. You wonder, why now, why me? The answer is simple yet profound. God says, I see what is hidden, I know what is whispered, and I value what is faithful. The enemy only fights you because he recognizes your worth. If you were ordinary, no one would notice. If you were not carrying an anointing that shifts timelines, they would not strategize against you. And yet, every attempt against you only proves your place in God's plan. Each push, each plot, each whisper of defiance is fueling your launch. You are being prepared, elevated, positioned. Beloved, picture it. The very room where your name is being used as a weapon is now under divine surveillance. Every word is being recorded, every intention catalogued, every scheme dismantled. Michael moves like lightning across that space, exposing what was hidden, turning threats into testimonies, enemies into witnesses of God's power. And you, child, will see the aftermath. Faces that once smiled while plotting against you will crumble. Alliances meant to divide will fall apart. And in the chaos of their failure, your victory will become undeniable. Child of destiny, your spirit knows the weight of this hour. Do not let human fear dictate your response. These 2 hours are holy, infused with revelation, protection, and power. Archangel Michael says, every heartbeat, every breath you take during this countdown is sanctified. Stay alert, stay awake. You are at the threshold of breakthrough. And it is true, my beloved. The ordinary cannot withstand this alignment. Only those chosen, only those faithful, only those prepared in spirit can walk through and claim what God has long prepared. Beloved, even if you do not yet see the full scope, trust the process. The meeting that threatens to remove you is already a stage for your promotion. The enemies that plan your fall are the instruments of your elevation. The names whispered in anger will one day be cited in your testimony. Archangel Michael says, watch, beloved, witness. Do not intervene. Heaven is rearranging the pieces in your favor. And when the hour ends, you will look back and understand why every moment of fear, every sleepless night, every doubt, every plot against you was necessary. They were the soil for your miracle. Child of light, do not underestimate the power of what is unfolding. The vibrations you feel in your spirit, the rapid heartbeat, the sudden clarity, they are signals of alignment. The same God who turned the Red Sea into dry land, who silenced lions in the den, who raised the dead, is the same God orchestrating your next move. Michael says, beloved, prepare your mind, ready your heart, strengthen your faith. The hour is upon you. And when it strikes, you will not stagger. You will not tremble. You will rise as destiny intended. Beloved, take these words into your bones. Let them echo in your mind, fuel your courage, ignite your hope. You are protected, you are chosen, you are unstoppable. The countdown is real, the hour is critical, and heaven is active. 2 hours, my child, and the world as you know it will shift. Not by chance, not by luck, but by the hands of God Himself. Michael stands by your side, unwavering, ready to strike every lie and expose every hidden truth. Stand with him in spirit and witness the impossible become inevitable. Every line you read is a brick in the fortress God is building around you. 2 hours remain and heaven has chosen for you to stand awake while others stumble in darkness. The plans against you may look real, but their weight is nothing compared to the unseen force surrounding you. You are not just surviving, you are being elevated. Beloved, picture it, every whisper against you is being recorded, every scheme being dismantled even before it reaches the light. Angels move like a storm around your life, intercepting, redirecting, protecting. Michael's sword is drawn, not for intimidation but as a declaration, no hand can touch what God has placed in your path. This is not fear, this is preparation, this is divine strategy unfolding in your favor. Beloved, do you feel that flutter in your chest, that racing heartbeat? That is heaven's urgency pushing you forward. 2 hours left and what seems hidden is about to be revealed. Those who plotted in shadows will see their plots collapse. Those who whispered your downfall will witness your rise. Every effort they made against you will be turned into evidence of God's faithfulness. Michael says, do not fear, child, stand still for the unseen is fighting for you. My beloved, this is not a moment for doubt. The trembling you feel is recognition, your spirit sensing the collision of human intent and divine power. Nothing can sneak past God's eyes, nothing can overshadow the destiny He has declared over your life. Remember this, beloved. Every battle you thought you were losing was a rehearsal for this victory. Every sleepless night, every tear, every moment of despair, was recorded and preserved for this very hour. And now Michael says, the plans against you are collapsing, but you will rise higher than they ever imagined. Beloved, 2 hours in God's time is not 2 hours in the natural. In these moments mountains move, chains break, lies are exposed. This is the hour of shift. Doors that were closed will swing wide, words spoken in secrecy will be brought to light, and those who underestimated you will witness a power they cannot explain. You are being positioned, beloved, you are being lifted. And it will be sudden, undeniable, and glorious. Beloved child, let me remind you of a hidden truth. Every meeting held in secret, every conversation whispered against you, is fuel for your testimony. Michael says, what they intend for harm, God will convert into your elevation. Imagine this, room filled with people trying to manipulate your future, but every word they speak is already being rewritten in heaven's ledger. Papers are being scattered, alliances broken, truth exposed before it reaches their lips. They think they are powerful, but their strength is nothing compared to the decree over you. You are marked, you are chosen, you are untouchable. And the angels around you are multiplying with every heartbeat, ensuring that what is meant to harm you will instead bring glory. Beloved, do you see why your lamp must remain burning? Do not skip a word. Each phrase here is oil for your flame, light for your path, and armor for your spirit. The enemy relies on your distraction, your carelessness, your impatience. But God is giving you vigilance. He is giving you insight. The 2 hours remaining are a sacred window. Open your soul, tune your ears, and let your spirit receive the strategy hidden within these words. Michael says, this is not delay, child, this is preparation. Stand firm, for the unseen is working in your favor. My beloved, what looks like waiting is actually the tightening of the bow. The more pressure builds, the farther God will launch you. Think about this. What they thought would remove you will now become the platform on which you rise. Their plots will collapse, their alliances fracture, and the very seeds of betrayal will bloom into blessings you never expected. Michael whispers, every scheme against you is your stepping stone, every false plan a ladder to your next level. You are not merely surviving this hour, you are rewriting the narrative. The enemy may have plotted, but God has predetermined the ending, and it will glorify your name. Beloved, let your heart take this in. Angels are already moving through corridors unseen. Conversations meant to harm you are being intercepted. Decisions meant to erase you are being reversed. The 2 hours remaining are a countdown, not of fear but of revelation. When the moment comes you will see clearly. Those who smiled at you yet plotted against you will reveal themselves. Those who stayed silent yet prayed for you will rise unexpectedly. Every revelation will be both a warning and a gift, and every action will testify to God's sovereignty over your life. Do you understand, beloved, why you must stay present? Because what you are about to witness is more than protection, it is proof. Proof that your calling cannot be silenced, that your destiny cannot be stolen, that your rise was ordained long before any plot was ever conceived. Michael says, "The enemy's time is short, child, stand firm. What is written in heaven cannot be erased on earth." Beloved, the trembling you feel is recognition. Recognition that God Himself is shifting the unseen to ensure you walk unshaken. Now imagine the doors opening. Imagine the hidden truths spilling into the light. Imagine the energy of heaven flooding every corner where shadows once whispered against you. That is what these 2 hours are doing, preparing you, fortifying you, and establishing you in your appointed place. Beloved, every moment you stayed, every word you listened to, every breath you allowed Michael's words to anchor in your spirit, has brought you here. And the next moments will confirm it. My child, remember this: what was meant to harm you will now promote you. What was meant to erase your name will now glorify it. What was meant to silence your voice will now amplify it. You are not just surviving, your survival is the testimony, your victory is the message, your rise is the revelation. Stand tall, beloved. The 2 hours are almost complete. The shaking will come, but you will not be moved. You are covered, chosen, and carried. Michael's sword remains at your side and the windows of heaven are wide open. This is your moment, this is your time, this is the proof that God never forgets those He has called. Beloved, understand this: the reason your heart pounds and your spirit trembles is because heaven is moving in your atmosphere. 2 hours may seem short to the world, but in the realm of God this is enough for destinies to shift, for tables to turn, for lies to be exposed and truth to shine. Michael stands vigilant, sword drawn, wings wide, a barrier no human scheme can penetrate. Every whisper of conspiracy is intercepted, every hidden plan neutralized before it reaches its target. You are not walking blindly into a storm, you are walking into a preordained victory. Beloved child, picture this. Every name that speaks against you, every hand that signs to remove you, every word meant to harm you is being recorded in heaven as evidence for your promotion. The same ink they used to write your supposed demise is being transcribed by angels as proof of your elevation. The enemy thinks he is weaving a net, but heaven has already transformed that net into a ladder leading you higher than ever before. Michael says, "Do not fear their plotting. Fear is for those who walk unaware, you are not one of them. You are awake, you are guarded, you are marked by God." Do you feel that stirring in your chest, beloved? That rapid beat, that sudden tension. That is not panic, it is recognition. Your soul knows that something unseen is aligning on your behalf. Something monumental is about to unfold. 2 hours left, and Michael declares, "This is the hour when shadows will be exposed and your light will be undeniable." Those who thought you were weak, who plotted against your rise, will watch in astonishment as their plans collapse and your path unfolds as God intended. Beloved, the enemy cannot understand that a life touched by God is untouchable. They cannot comprehend that those who are written into eternity cannot be erased by fleeting human hands. Even as they convene in their secret chambers, angels move faster, recording, shifting, dismantling their alliances. Michael whispers, every paper they signed, every word they uttered, every plot they designed, none will prosper. None will succeed. And every plan against you will be repurposed for your victory. Imagine that, beloved, a meeting meant to erase your influence now becomes the very proof that you were too important to be ignored. Child of light, let this truth settle deep into your bones. Every betrayal that appears today is a lesson in discernment. Every shock is a revelation of alignment. Every face revealed, whether friend or foe, is part of God's choreography. You will see some who smiled at you but plotted in the shadows. And you will see others who stood silently, prayed without notice, and became your hidden strength. Michael says, hold your peace, beloved, for patience now will yield revelation that carries power beyond comprehension. Beloved, remember that the shaking around you is not meant to destroy. It is meant to awaken. Every attempt to destabilize you is merely preparing the ground for your next level. Every lie cast against you will turn into a testimony that glorifies God. What they designed to harm will become your platform. What they thought would silence you will amplify your voice. And the one they underestimated, the child of God, faithful, steadfast, chosen, is the one who will rise triumphant. 2 hours left and the spiritual shift has already begun. Beloved, child, see it clearly in your mind. In heaven a council sits with authority, the Father surveys, Jesus intercedes, Michael stands ready, angels encircle, and the decree is unanimous, this one shall not fall. The shadow council on earth may chatter, but in the eternal realm their words are powerless. Their schemes are nothing more than a prelude to your triumph. Michael says, do not be anxious, do not be moved. Stand still and witness the glory of the Lord in your life. Do you understand the beauty of this moment? Your rise is not random, your protection is not passive. You are being positioned for revelation, for honor, for testimony. Every detail, every heartbeat, every sigh of frustration was leading to this hour. And now the countdown is reaching its climax. When the 2 hours conclude, you will witness the collapse of deception and the manifestation of divine justice. Beloved, let your spirit anticipate the unveiling, let your soul expect the breakthrough, let your heart rest in the certainty that you are covered, guarded, and chosen. Child of destiny, do not waste energy on fear or bitterness. Michael says, the battle is not yours to fight alone, it is the Lord's, and the Lord is faithful. When exposure comes, do not react in anger. Let heaven handle the restoration and the correction. You simply remain aligned, watching the plans meant for your harm transform into your platform for glory. The 2 hours left are not just time, they are divine preparation, spiritual priming for an unstoppable rise. Beloved, open your eyes in faith even if you cannot yet see the full picture. Trust that the unseen is active, that the angels are moving, that Michael's sword is cutting through every obstacle. Trust that what the enemy meant for evil, God is turning for good. When the 2 hours end, you will look back and marvel at how closely heaven guarded your every step, how every plot unraveled and how your destiny untouched and unshakable stood firm. Beloved child, know this, your life is a beacon, your journey a testimony. Every effort to remove you only highlights your importance. Every shadow plotted against you reflects the brightness of the calling you carry. The enemy may assemble, but heaven already has the final word. When the 2 hours have passed, you will stand in victory unshaken, illuminated and recognized. Michael whispers, you were never alone, you were never unprotected, and you were never forgotten. All things are aligning for your promotion and your season of breakthrough is imminent. Beloved, let your heart absorb this. The trials, the whispers, the secret plans, they were never signs of defeat. They were the triggers of revelation, the catalysts for elevation, the instruments of God's unmatched protection. 2 hours and everything shifts. The enemy's strategy collapses, the hidden helpers rise, the unseen becomes seen. And you, beloved child, will witness the fulfillment of promises that were written long before your birth, for you are chosen, you are covered, and you are unstoppable. Beloved, feel this deeply. Every moment you sit here, your spirit is being armored. The 2 hours left are not empty time, they are sacred, charged and alive. You are being positioned for the moment when the invisible becomes visible. Those who plotted against you think they are hidden, but Michael is already there, cutting through every lie, breaking every chain, scattering every plan with a sword of divine light. Do you see it, beloved? You are not watching from the sidelines, you are standing in the middle of a battlefield already won. The enemy can whisper, but they cannot alter what God has spoken. Every word spoken against you is being converted into testimony, every scheme into stepping stones for your rise. And when their meeting ends, confusion will greet them, but clarity will crown you. Child of destiny, let this sink in. The heaviness you feel in your chest, the trembling in your hands, the stirrings of urgency in your heart, these are not fear. These are indicators that heaven itself is aligning your atmosphere. The enemy's time is short and their power is limited. While they strategize, God orchestrates. While they plan removal, God plans elevation. While they whisper darkness, angels roar light. Michael says, stand still, beloved. The weight you feel is not yours to carry, it is the presence of heaven moving for you. And it is moving faster than they can even imagine. Every paper, every word, every secret handshake designed to erase you is being neutralized before it can touch your destiny. Beloved, you may wonder why all of this is happening. Why your name is on lips that do not wish you well. The answer is simple yet profound: your life matters, your calling matters, your rise matters. They attack what they fear because your light exposes their shadows. They fight against you because your anointing cannot be contained. And that is exactly why you must not look away, why you must not skip this message. Michael says, the child of God cannot be silenced by human schemes. The child of God cannot be uprooted by earthly hands. The child of God is defended by eternity itself. Hear me, beloved, when the exposure comes, do not panic. Do not be caught in emotions that are not yours to carry. There will be names revealed, intentions disclosed, betrayals exposed. Some faces will shock you because you once trusted them. Others will uplift you because you never knew the strength of their unseen prayers. This is the beauty of heaven's timing: it separates, it purifies, it positions. The 2 hours left are the buffer between deception and deliverance. They are the moment when heaven shifts, the board flips, the script, and declares victory before the players even realize the game has begun. Beloved child, consider this: the very fact that they gathered to plot against you is proof of your significance. Ordinary souls are ignored. Chosen ones are challenged. That is why the Spirit says, do not fear their gathering, do not fear their whispers. For the God who watches over you is greater than the council formed in shadow. Their fear is your confirmation, their plotting is your positioning, their secrecy is your signal. And when the 2 hours are up, the walls they built will crumble under their own weight. Their schemes will fail before your eyes, their hands will falter. Someone will speak in truth without intention, and God's justice will shine through in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Beloved, you may feel worn, exhausted, and tested. But understand this clearly: the tests are not to break you. They are to prepare you for the revelation of your power, the unveiling of your favor, the confirmation of your destiny. Every attempt to silence you only amplifies the voice of God through your life. Every attempt to remove you only cements your position. Every attempt to shame you only highlights your triumph. Michael says, do not focus on their power, beloved. Focus on God's power, for it is immeasurable, unstoppable, and eternal. And as you focus on this, peace begins to fill the space that fear tried to occupy. Confidence replaces doubt, light replaces shadow. The countdown is no longer a measure of anxiety but a signal of elevation. Beloved child, when the 2 hours end, you will witness the impossible. What was meant to diminish you will define you, what was meant to erase you will elevate you, what was meant to bind you will become the platform from which you shine. Allies you did not expect will rise, truths you could not see will emerge. And Michael, standing tall with his sword drawn, will announce your victory to heaven and earth alike. You are not alone, beloved. You are never unprotected. Your life is not ordinary because your calling is extraordinary. And this hour, this moment, this countdown is a testament to the God who never forgets, never misses, and never fails. Step into the next hour with confidence, for heaven's hand has already written the ending, and it is one of triumph, favor, and unstoppable glory.